Is Russell Wilson going to leave the Pittsburgh Steelers in NFL free agency? It sounds like both sides of the party no longer want to work together. Jay Glazer of Fox Sports at Radio Row during Super Bowl week. He made it clear that Russell Wilson is not really wanted anymore in Pittsburgh. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Jay Glazer said this: I don't think Russ returning to Pittsburgh is going to happen either. I think you'll see a new start for Russell Wilson somewhere else. Look, I think when Jay Glazer speaks, we should all listen. Jay Glazer is the most, I would say, correct insider in the NFL. He doesn't report things unless he knows they are 100% going to happen. And I'll go as far as to say I think he's the most tapped in NFL insider in the league. Jay Glazer also made it clear, though, it does not seem like Russell Wilson is going to go sign with the Las Vegas Raiders either. A lot of rumors started to heat up about Russ going to the Raiders due to Pete Carroll taking over that head coaching job. He made it seem like it was going to be a new chapter in the era and in the career of Russell Wilson, not going back to the Steelers, not going to go play with Pete Carroll. And when you take those two teams out of it and you're left with the teams that need a quarterback in free agency, the options are limited. And I'll tell you this much. The Giants, they are absolutely going to be interested. Before I give you more info on Russell Wilson, what do you think? Should Joe Schoen call up the veteran QB again? This time, though, let him know he'd be the starter instead of being the backup to Daniel Jones. Type S for sign, type P for pass. We've talked a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of free agent options for the Giants to pursue this offseason. And Russell Wilson, he was at the beginning, he was 2 weeks ago, and he is right now a top QB target for me if he does enter NFL free agency. He is someone that can be a plug-and-play starter at the age of 36. And at the age of 36, a Super Bowl champion with a lot of success in this league, he would be an awesome veteran mentor to have in the locker room if you draft Shedeur Sanders number 3, or if you draft Cam Ward number 3. So you get a vet that's ready to play and can win football games. But you also got a guy that could be a teacher and a mentor and a big brother to one of these younger quarterbacks. I really think he might be the best option depending on the price. We'll talk about that. Remember last year when Adam Schefter sent out this tweet? Before traveling to Pittsburgh today, Russell Wilson stopped in New Jersey for what one source described as an exploratory meeting with the New York Giants. We have since learned that that exploratory meeting was Joe Schoen telling Russell Wilson, we'd love to have you as the backup to Daniel Jones. Still can't believe that. Russ is an ideal bridge QB for this organization, though. The age, the ability to still play, but the wisdom and the matureness and the veteran that he is could help out a young quarterback. And he's a captain, and he's a leader, and he could galvanize that locker room. They are looking for someone to step up and be a leader. And he was still a good football player this year for Pittsburgh. I know it crashed to the ground by the end of the year, and we'll talk about that, but he didn't have much help. I mean, his number one wide receiver was George Pickens, and outside of that, he wasn't really working with much. The offensive line wasn't very good. Overall, in the 11 games he played, he completed 63.7% of his passes, threw for 225 yards per game, 16 touchdowns through the air in 11 games, and just 5 interceptions. Overall, Russell Wilson played like a top 20 quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion, and with the way that he likes to play the position, taking those deep shots, throwing those moon balls, putting the ball in a spot where his contested catch wide receivers can go make a play, I think he fits a Brian Daboll system. He works in that play action. He likes taking shots over the middle of the field. He likes pushing the ball in creative, explosive plays. Some of the downfield stats, the big-time throw percentage, 5.7, sixth best in the NFL. His downfield yards per attempt, 14.9, number 1 in the NFL. And when you talk about a downfield EPA per attempt, he was number 1 in the NFL. Overall, Russ had a good year, and some of the advanced analytics really liked him. He had the 12th most big-time throws. And remember, he only started 11 games. His big-time throw percentage, 3rd best in the NFL. He was at the top of the league in turnover-worthy plays. The higher the number, the better. When it comes to the ranking, you want the lower number of turnover-worthy plays, obviously. He only had a turnover-worthy play 1.6% of the time. So 6.3% of his throws were big time, and only 1.6% of his throws were big turnover-worthy plays. That is a beautiful, beautiful ratio. Average depth of target, he pushes the ball down the field. Adjusted completion percentage, 7th best in the NFL. His pressured completion percentage, not that great. That's where he struggles under pressure. And he's also someone his pressure to sack percentage is a little bit too high because he's not the athlete he once was. But his deep completion percentage, best in the NFL. His deep PFF grade, best in the NFL. In weeks 7 through 13, his first 6 starts for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were humming. They were an elite offense. They were an explosive offense. They put points on the board, and they were good. 5-1. I would love to have a stretch where the Giants go 5-1 and put up 29 points per game and throw for 270 and have 10 TDs to just 5 turnover-worthy plays and have an EPA of 28.7. But I don't know if I want the guy that the Steelers had under center and the success that they had, or the lack there they had. 14 weeks 14 through 19, including the playoffs. He went 1-5. Points per game dropped by 13 points. His passing yards per game dropped by almost 100 yards per game, and he threw just 8 touchdowns in those final 6 games. Look, Russell Wilson can still be good in this league, but he does have some limitations. He no longer really has the athleticism to be the playmaker he was. And the reason he was so great for so long is because he can make that second play. When the first play went to shit because there was pressure in his face, the pocket was muddy, he was able to make the first guy miss. Create behind the line of scrimmage, take those chunk plays, pick up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus on the ground. And I think now, I still think he could target the middle of the field, but, I mean, he does struggle with being shorter. He has to have those clear passing lanes, and he doesn't really, I felt like, didn't work that well off his first read this year. I don't know if that was Arthur Smith. I don't know what it was. Reports came out, though, that Arthur Smith was not letting Russell Wilson change the play at the line of scrimmage, and that just doesn't check out. This is a guy that's Super Bowl champion. He should be able to have autonomy of what he wants the play to be when he sees a defense and a certain look. Russell Wilson, though, under pressure, is where I worry about it. I think Giants' offensive line is underrated. I don't think it's the worst in the league. Obviously, it's not the best in the league, somewhere from 15 to 20. And I wonder if the pressure could get to him. His average time to throw, just 2.86 seconds, but he was pressured on 41.9% of his throws. The higher the rank is, the worse it was. And he was sacked on 8.5% of his dropbacks. And if you're looking to win a Super Bowl, which the Giants are not next year, you need a lot around Russell Wilson. And even for him to still be good, you do need a lot. And that's a lot of quarterbacks in this league. You need a good run game. You do, because you want them to stack the box, and you want him to feast off those one-on-one shots downfield. You need good pass protection. He has showed over the last couple of years, if he does not have time to throw, he's not going to be that successful. You need multiple downfield threats. Giants potentially could have that. And you need a good OC. So you need a good OC, and you need good protection, and you would benefit from a good run game. Sounds like probably about 28 NFL starting QBs outside of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and the big dogs. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I got more thoughts on Russell Wilson, and I'll give you my thoughts on if they should sign him and maybe what the price point might be. But just in case they do, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and let's go. I got to tell you first about our proud sponsor, Game Time. If you're looking to get tickets to the big game, last-minute tickets, best place you're going to do it is with our proud sponsor, Game Time. So download the app, create an account, use that promo code ChatSports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. It is ChatSports. I love Game Time. I've used it for about 2 years now. It's the only ticketing app I use, and I'm not switching up because they get you the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. You get views from the seats inside the app, last-minute tickets and flash deals, and they have awesome features like all-in pricing. You got to click it. Once the light is on, that means the feature is on. And the Game Time Picks feature, you got to click that. And once the light is on, it is. Once the light is on, the feature is on. And when both those features are turned on, you're going to get the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. It's going to be that much more easy for you to go see your favorite people perform. So download the app, create an account, use that promo code ChatSports, ChatSports, for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. What time is it? It's game time. Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. It all comes down to this for me. How much money is Russell Wilson looking for in NFL free agency? And it really seems like at this point, PFF and Spotrac, I feel like, have shot a little bit too high. PFF, which this article and their projections have been out for about over a month now, they think he's going to get a 2-year deal worth $70 million and $35 million guaranteed. So pretty much a one-year deal worth $35 million guaranteed. Spotrac suggests a 2-year deal worth $77.4 million. So almost $40 million per year. I talked to a handful of dudes here at Chat Sports that cover the NFL, and I had them give me their contract projection, and the most common answer was 1 year, $20 million. And if 1 year for $20 million gets it done for Russell Wilson, I would be willing to sign that deal. I really don't have a great read on his market because there was really two tales of Russell Wilson this season. Those first 6 games, awesome. Those last 6 games, not so much. Was he a product of his environment those last 6 games? Because the whole team for Pittsburgh, quite frankly, got hurt, and their offense didn't have any playmakers. I think he could still play, and I think he could be a leader, and I think he could be a mentor. He's high on my list, and I would sign him to a 1-year deal worth $20 million. Jay Glazer made it seem like, though, it could be a completely new quarterback in Pittsburgh. Jay Glazer on Justin Fields now, re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, says, no, I don't think, I don't know. I don't think they know who their quarterback will be yet. Jay's not going to say anything unless he knows it, and he kind of bit his tongue as he said this. I would take it as this. No, I don't think. I don't know. I don't think they know. So he's making sure he's dotting his I's and crossing his T's. Sounds like he could be out as well. And let's say both of those Pittsburgh quarterbacks are available in free agency. Who would you want Joe Schoen to sign? Type J for Justin Fields. Type R for Russell Wilson. Let me know which QB you'd rather have on Big Blue. Some other free agent quarterbacks the Giants could look at. Sam Darnold. He's the best of the crop. If you're not confident you're getting a rookie quarterback at pick 3, maybe you go out and you get Sam Darnold. And maybe you could build an offense around him like Kevin O'Connell did that had his team win 14 games. Zach Wilson is another guy that I have some interest in. Was a first-round pick. Went to a bad situation in the Jets. Went to QB rehab with Sean Payton. Kind of sounds like what Sam Darnold did when he went to the San Francisco 49ers and learned from Kyle Shanahan. Maybe he could have a big bounce back here. I like Mac Jones as well. He was with the Alabama Crimson Tide, just like Brian Daboll was for 1 year. They have a relationship. I know it was the Pro Bowl, but he got there, and he led his team to the playoffs, and I'll take a chance on a guy to be a bridge quarterback that was once a first-round pick. I like the idea of Marcus Mariota as well. I thought he played really good in those 2 starts that he had not down the stretch, 2 starts last year for Washington. Won the last game of the season against the Dallas Cowboys where they won, and he threw the game-winning pass from inside the red zone. Veteran, number 2 overall pick, could be a mentor. We saw it with Jaden Daniels, and he could still get you some wins in a plug-and-play situation. Drew Lock going to be a free agent as well. Did he do enough with his time as a New York Giant to impress and have him want to be the bridge QB? I don't know. I'm looking for bigger fish out there. Jameis Winston made it clear that he would love to play for the New York Giants during Super Bowl week at Radio Row. I like Jameis as a backup if I know for sure I am getting Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. I don't really want to enter a world, though, where I am signing Jameis Winston knowing he is going to be a long-term starter for this team. Love him as a backup. I don't want him to be QB1. Mason Rudolph, another name that seems to be gaining some steam as a potential QB target for a lot of teams that are in need of one this offseason. I've never been a fan of Mason Rudolph, and I hope I don't have to root for him this year. Jimmy Garoppolo, another veteran as well. Not really all that interested. If you want a veteran, though, that could help out a young guy, maybe Jimmy G is him. I like Andy Dalton, actually, more than Jimmy G as that kind of mentor and someone that could help a young quarterback establish a routine, how to watch film, how to go through film, what to look at when watching film. I thought Malik Neighbors said it best. The Giants need to sign a veteran quarterback, even if they do draft a rookie. So it's not all the pressure in the world on the rookie. And you could have someone like Dalton, who's had a lot of success in this league, teach him how to be a professional quarterback. Make sure you are following me on social media. If we get any more information about this, first place you'll find it is on my Twitter. So give me a follow, and let's go Big Blue.